Thank you. What do we see as the problem? Ohio is trapped in the past. Successful private firms reorganize every 5 to 10 years, where our government has not had an overwhelming structural change in the last 50 years. One major part of the problem is the executive branch is too large and it is too bloated. With 24 cabinet departments and over 300 boards, commissions, task force, and councils. Additionally, there are over 60,000 state employees in Ohio. 47,000 plus of those are directly under the governor's office. A private sector company would not wait every 50 years to evaluate its structure, and with an employee force so large, and neither should state government. The business model we currently operate under is simply ineffective. As a small business owner, the business climate, the economy expands and contracts. So should state government. When business is good, it expands. And when it is not, it contracts. We need to have state government follow that business model at all costs. This has led to a duplication of services, staffing inefficiencies, and fragmented reporting structure. To put simply, we are wasting too much of our taxpayers' money by not operating in a more cost-efficient manner.
Well, good morning, State Senator Tim Grendell. It's a pleasure to join Minority Leader Batchelder, Representative Adams, my good friend Jim Petro, former Representative Jim Petro, who joined me 4 years ago in this endeavor, and we're back again to propose the restructuring and consolidation of state government to make it more efficient and to make it more effective and to get the most out of the taxpayer dollars that we are bringing into the state in these stressful economic times. We are facing one of the most challenging economies since the Depression. Ohio businesses are facing this challenge by restructuring, consolidating, eliminating where they can waste in their operation, and maximizing the technology that's there to meet their needs at the most cost-effective means. People in their homes are having to restructure their budgets and reprioritize how they spend their personal incomes in Ohio. And it's time that government steps up to the plate and does the same thing. It's time for government to look at itself and state government and say, how can we do more with less? How can we be more efficient? Trying to solve our budgetary problems with money from the federal government may have a short-term solution, but leave a long-term operational gap, because 2 years from now you can't count on the federal government's generosity, and the state budget must continue and state services must continue. The odds are that gambling is not going to produce enough money to solve our budgetary problems over the next 2 years. So what is left to look at? Well, we don't want to reduce the government services that are essential to everyday Ohioans. So we need to create the dollars and the means to keep the service level going for our folks here in Ohio. And what that means is we've got to look at the top, just like those businesses do. And we need to say, where can we restructure? Where can we eliminate duplication in legal services, duplication in administrative services, duplication in public relations services? Where can we take the missions that are similar at the service level of state government and combine them so that we can continue to meet those services but save money as you go up into that managerial hierarchy of the state's 60,000 employee government system? And the answer we found 4 years ago working with Jim Petro and introduced back then in Senate Bill 78 was to consolidate state departments of government. And in fact, the state of Ohio has 24 departments. I believe if you look at the federal government, they're running all 50 states on 17 departments. So the answer is to consolidate. And our proposal is to consolidate the 24 departments into 10, depending on what we decide with the Veterans Affairs, perhaps 11 departments of government. The 10 departments will be related to the core missions that these departments today provide under a variety of mantles. Those missions are education, public safety, public health, transportation and infrastructure, finance and operations, human resource development, community and institutional rehabilitation, business, resource protection, and development. Each core mission will be the department. We provided you with a chart. Hopefully you have the part back with the charts to show how we were going to restructure the state government and then how each one of the 10 departments will meet their core missions. To fully streamline how these services are provided, the operations of the current departments and agencies would be grouped into these divisions according to their similarity in the services that they provide. For example, in the Department of Resource Protection, you will find what we know today as the Ohio Environmental Protection Agency and the Ohio Departments of Natural Resources. They will continue at the service level to provide all the services those two departments provide, but they will combine at the administrative and managerial level their functions, much of which can be computerized, and this will provide dollars to be used at the service level. Once the duplicate services are eliminated, the state payroll will be diminished by an estimated 11,000 jobs and over $1 billion. This will be done through attrition over a 2-year period of time, which is consistent with the attrition rate in state government today. The state's current financial situation provides this unique opportunity to renew the discussion on reorganizing state government and presents the opportunity to debate as part of our budgetary discussions over the next several months the process of having a long-term solution to the state's budgetary issues, which is to restructure state government, consolidate government, and as George Weiner said when he was governor, do more with less, but still do